Okay, now I'll pick back up and show you, but I have taken the fuel pump out. This is the DL1000, and it is different than the 650, but nevertheless I've removed that, and when I reinsert it I'll come back. But basically I've just taken some Allen head bolts out, and it doesn't matter the sequence other than when you put it back, the hoses and stuff, and I'll show you that later. But now I'm down here at this point working on the fuel pump, and I want to capture this for you. So let's get down here and look at it. All right, now the first thing I've done is I've taken this top float off, and that's pretty straightforward. I've removed basically the two screws. This thing sits on here like this, and I've just taken these two little screws out here so I can lay this over the side down. This has a little zip tie like on it. I'm gonna have to clip it out of the way. It will be real easy so I don't clip my wires. I want to get that zip tie out of the way if I can here. And I want to be real careful because I don't want to pinch in wires. Maybe if I come at it over this way. There we go. All right, now, and I'll come back later and I'll get a little zip tie and put back in there. Now this regulator here, just snap out here. It's just a plastic piece that holds that, and you can snap that out of the way. And then of course this is your regulator in here. But I'm working my way ultimately to get down to this filter. So, all right, I'm gonna have to get this out of the way. And some of these wires are grounding wires. I'm gonna lay this over here. Tight. Let me get over. They can't lose. This out here, okay. Now these little 7mm are going to have to be removed too. Now these, when they come out, they're going to have washers attached to them too that you're going to need to keep. Locking washers and such. So you can see that one's already off. And it has a star washer I see underneath there on the bottom. It's got to come off of there. So. Alright, so I'm going to lay them down now. The other ones have fallen out here. There's that one. And the star washer is still on there. And the little nut is hanging there. So, and you're going to need to save these little star washers. So let me get them. Also, there's one. And I got some gas coming out. Let me see if I can get that other. Okay, so we want to remember to put them star washers back in. Whoops. We got a little clip that came out here. I'm gonna lay that over here. All right. Now, see, this should be just in here with a rubber washer that's holding this in. And it is, and it looks clean. And it's just inserted. And I'll oil that up before I put that back. Okay, so let's just take a look and see. And there's that little clip that came off, that fell off a minute ago. You can see it goes here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that one. You can see how it's inserted. Now we're getting ready to really separate this. We want to get to the point to where we can get down here to this filter. And we're going to look at the modification too. And let me see if we're at that point. I don't see anything now holding this. So let me see if I can get any leverage at all. Yes, I did. Okay. So you saw I pulled that apart. And look at there. There's that filter. Now my filter actually looks pretty good. This bike only has 17,000 miles on it. So, okay, now with this pulled apart, I am ready to do the modification to this filter, to put an external filter on here. I'm not really going to have to do much at all to this filter. I think I'm going to leave it intact. I do have replacements, but if you decide to do the modification and all, then you do want to clean this up and put it back intact. I'll leave this one as is. It's not dirty. Look at that. But now to do the modification, here's where we're going to be working at a modification here. If you decide that you want to add the external filter, then this is where we'll be doing it. And let me show you, follow along with me. You want to get you a 5/32 drill bit. Let me get one here. Bear with me. You'll want a 5/32 drill bit. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to pierce this at an angle here. All we're wanting to do is make an opening in the high pressure here from this point here. So you see your little triangle that's existing in there now. We're going to actually drill at an angle an opening. We're just going to pierce that at an opening. Then we're going to reassemble this, and then we're going to install an external filter. And that's all that's required for this modification. So I will piece together several videos, and I'll come back when I reinstall this and piece together the front end of how you took this filter apart. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the modification. I'm going to come in at an angle here and drill that in. And then I'm going to back out, reassemble this, and I'll put it back in the tank, and I'll come back and make you some additional videos. So stay tuned. This is a V-Strom VL 1000 2008 model year.